Hello and welcome to Lancers TV. I'm Reagan Melfi.
And I'm Stephanie Padilla.
California Baptist University organizes a lot of events to bring students together. One of them is WooFest, a talent show which features male students showing off their talents to impress the ladies.
WooFest 2019 was a packed house. In fact, they even turned some CBU students away. Before WooFest started, there was a pre-party which was placed in the downstairs bar and also the upstairs lounge, which had food, a picture booth, and Italian soda. The acts for the night included singers, dancers, a juggling act, and even a comedy act. Sage Binden returned this year with a whole new dance mashup. Ryan Lee returned this year with an all-new comedy act, Freshman at CBU. Leah's returned this year with new and improved dance moves and 3 new members. A new act, a band named Ice Cold, topped off the night and got the crowd excited about their Bruno Mars mashup.
What a good way to spend the night with these talented guys. Aside from WooFest, CBU also puts together another event, this time to relieve stress for finals.
ASCBU brought Stress Relief Week to CBU campus, providing different opportunities for students to unwind before finals.
Yes, the puppies was the best thing that's ever happened to me.
And the shaved ice.
Besides knowing
I was extremely stressed before this.
I just feel relieved.
This is the biggest event ASCBU holds each year, bringing in different food trucks and events to our campus.
So we've been working on this since summer, and so just trying to figure out what we wanted to bring to give to the students, and so it's been a long process figuring that out and seeing exactly what we needed. Especially this year, it's been a lot bigger than it has been, and so it's been really exciting for us to see all the students come out and enjoy it.
Climb in.
Oh, pups.
But it was the puppies that stole the show. Students lined up to get a chance to spend some quality time with these cuties. Their presence was enough to calm some students' anxieties of finals.
What a great way to unwind before finals.
I agree.
Puppies are always good for relieving stress.
I agree with you there. Another way of relieving stress is eating healthy with the new campus additions like The Habit. It's tough to eat healthy, but Ashley Jimenez gives us some tips on how we can.
With California Baptist University offering a variety of food options, one being Chick-fil-A, students may find it convenient to choose poor dietary habits. Aaron Longerstead, senior kinesiology major, explains healthy eating on campus begins with choosing where to eat.
First, I would say the first thing you can do to eat healthy on campus is choosing where you're going to eat. That's like the first thing you can choose versus like Chick-fil-A, even though there's maybe healthier options you can choose from at Chick-fil-A. First of all would be deciding not to go to Chick-fil-A, you know.
El Monte is one of the healthier options CBU offers. The restaurant allows students to build their own bowl, salad, or burrito.
Besides the cafeteria, one does is I actually have an Excel document that had lists all the different caloric intakes, so like all the calories for the different things you can put on. So if you added up portion sizes, you can sort of see, besides like the choices, like how much calories are in each, let's say bowl, burrito, you know.
Thanks for the tip, Ashley. Make sure to wash your hands before and after eating. Reporter Azucena Orozco tells us why hand washing is important.
Growing up, you washed your hands frequently, most likely because your parents made you. As adults, we find that we don't need to wash our hands as often as we should. We sometimes even forget. According to a survey conducted in 2015 by the Initial Washroom Hygiene Company, 62% of men and 40% of women do not wash their hands after going to the restroom. On average, we carry 200 million bacteria on our hands just after using the restroom. This bacteria isn't just contacted in the restroom, but also on dollar bills, credit cards, and keyboards. In fact, 16% of cell phones have fecal matter. That's right, fecal matter. There are many illnesses linked to eating food prepared and consumed by unwashed hands. Some of these illnesses are neuroviruses that cause vomiting, diarrhea, and hepatitis A. Alex Applegate, a senior public relations major who works as a waitress at a local restaurant, says that she has to wash her hands frequently at her job.
Yeah, so as a server at Yard House, I actually just got my food handler's license renewed. You have to renew it every 2 years. So I just went through that whole process like 2 months ago. And you're supposed to wash your hands every time you change activities. So as a server, if I was running someone's food to their table and dropped it off, and the next thing I was doing was gonna go take someone's order, I should wash my hands after that just to ensure nothing is spread ever. And vice versa, if I'm taking back dirty dishes from a table to the kitchen and then I'm going to go take someone's order, I should also be washing my hands then. And there is also the rule that if you use the restroom during your shift, you have to wash your hands in that restroom that you used, and then you have to wash it again when you get back to your station. So we have a separate sink over by the server station that we also have to wash our hands with, so you get that kind of double safety net.
For CBU students, this won't be a problem. Provider is dedicated to serving premier food quality.
At CBU, no, I haven't. It seems very clean here, very nice, so.
Whether you are serving food or eating food, make sure to wash your hands before, especially right now with the flu season just around the corner. For Lancers TV, I'm Asusana Orozco.
Up next, CBU celebrates diversity through Black History Month. And also, we have sports with Sydney Rocket when we get back.
Back. College students like to save time walking in between classes. Some choose to bike, while others prefer using longboards and pennyboards. Reporter Diana Corona tells us why students love using their boards.
College students in Riverside have embraced a different mode of transportation, longboards and pennyboards. Making their way to class, many may ask, what's the difference? Tyler Bradley, senior graphic design major, says,
Obviously longboards tend to be longer, but they also ride a little smoother. They tend to be a little bit more expensive, but shortboards will give you a little more control. They have you turn faster, and then obviously around campus they're more convenient because they don't take as much strength to carry. They're a little bit less bulky.
For Lancers TV, I'm Diana Corona.
What a good way to save time in between classes. Speaking of classes, did you know CBU offers a lot of language classes like Spanish and even Mandarin Chinese? Reporter Sam Martinez sits in with the class to give us an insight of what it's like to learn new languages.
Learning a new language can be a great experience. CBU provides that experience for students like Erica Wang, who is a senior business finance major. She says she was happy that CBU offered a language class like Chinese.
I really enjoy how much I'm learning in this Chinese class. I'm learning a lot more than just conversational Chinese, and I love how challenging it is and how it really pushes us to learn and to practice and to improve.
Students in this class learn through the textbook, writing assignments, and oral presentations. They also learn a lot of basic sentences and phrases.
What about this one? I think I like the fact that I actually am learning another language. I didn't think I would be learning this much in 2 semesters here at CBU, for a foreign language, I mean.
It's amazing how students get an opportunity like that. Aside from language classes, CBU celebrates cultural diversity through Black History Month.
According to CBU statistical data, Caucasians make up 37.93% of the student body. Following is the Hispanic/Latino population making up 35%. African Americans make up 8.8%. The rest of the demographics make up less than 5% of the population. A way CBU celebrates the diversity on campus is by hosting several different events throughout the school year that showcase different cultures. One of these events being the Black History Month celebration.
That within 5 seconds, you will pass out, and within 10 seconds, you will go brain dead. The rhythm of your heart is always needed to be reliable. Rhythm has always been about renewal and revival, resurrection and resistance.
Isaac Pittman, a student intern at CBU Calm Life, was in charge of putting together this event. He says diversity is important on a college campus.
I think it's a huge priority and responsibility that we have to do to make sure to acknowledge and enlighten all of the CBU students, traditional, undergraduate, even graduate. CBU makes it a priority to make sure that we are culturally relevant and culturally known.
Samantha Thomas, a CBU alumni and performer, tells us why diversity is important.
They're so important. They're so important because college is supposed to be an experience where you're meeting people and you're meeting different people. And you can't meet different people and not experience their cultures. So I think we're not all the same in reality because we might look different, but we also celebrate things differently. We also have different cultures and different lifestyles. And I think showing people differences sometimes is what brings us all together.
Everything at this event, from the performers to the food, were chosen to give students a better insight of what it is like to be a part of the culture.
What a good way to showcase and celebrate African American culture.
Yes, definitely. Speaking of different cultures, CBU is also made up of students coming from different countries. Reporter Sam Martinez gives us an inside look on how the international students cope with studying here in CBU.
When international students choose to study at CBU, the university makes sure these students feel like they belong. But it's almost unavoidable for these students to experience stress when stepping into foreign land. International students face the challenges of any normal college students. On top of these encounters, they also deal with homesickness and culture shock. Junior chemistry major Diane Araneta, an international student from the Philippines, says she has experienced stress the first few weeks of her stay here in the United States.
At first, it was really overwhelming because of the change of culture and scenery, and I was just exposed to these new things, and as I had to step out of my comfort zone. But eventually, I started to realize what a great opportunity it was. Even though I missed my family and friends back home, I was able to accept that this was a good and fresh start for me.
How amazing! Studying abroad can be really tough, especially when you're so far away from home. I don't know how these international students do it.
I don't know either. Stay tuned for Sports with Sydney Rocket. It's time for your sports updates with Sydney Rocket. Sydney, how are the Lancers doing?
Hi Reagan. So far, CBU Athletics has experienced some highs and lows as the Lancers work hard to battle against the top teams in Division I. The women's water polo team gets ready for their next event against Concordia University Irvine tomorrow at 4 p.m. These Lancers, especially the seniors, have always been competing in Division I from the start. The women's water polo team does not compete at Division II. Reporter Caitlin Lloyd is with the water polo team to shed some light on how seniors lead the team to success.
CBU women's water polo seniors Lizette Perez and Pua Wong show leadership in and out of the pool. Division I isn't a giant step for these seniors, and they challenge their teammates to strive and perform to their very best. Playing schools like UCI and USC are competitive, and these seniors have taken on the captain role to prepare their team for tough competition this season.
Goal scored for CBU by number 3, Lizette Perez.
Okay, so as seniors, it's really nice that there's only like 3 of us, so it's leadership is pretty much between the 3 of us. All the girls are active listeners.
Yeah, and I think like showing that leadership role, I think like they look up to us, so we have that position to not tell them what to do, but kind of instruct them, and like so they're prepared later in the like 3-4 years that they have. So yeah.
Lizette Perez has been acknowledged all-conference first and second team for 3 years and is determined to earn that title again for CBU women's water polo. Pua Wong also earned All-American titles since attending CBU, and in 2018 season strived to achieve a hat trick in her sport, which means she scored 3 consecutive goals in one game. She did to give her team the win.
We play much tougher teams. Well, we've always been playing the same amount of teams because we're in the Golden Coast Conference. So it's a mix of Division I and Division II teams with water polo because there's not that many schools. So we've always played tougher teams, but now that the whole school is, it's nice that we have more support from everybody.
And having that D1 title, we want to like be up there with the bigger like #1 team, you know, like USC. So like our practices have to be much more intense. We have to go a lot more harder on our teammates to like get each other ready for like today's game, like the UCI game.
These seniors are dedicated to the game, their teammates, and CBU, upholding the athletic goals and motto to honor Christ through excellence in athletics. Perez and Wong are making this school proud.
That's up.
Meanwhile, CBU men's basketball ends its season in the Western Athletic Conference. The Lancers secures its 16th win against the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley as its program in its first year in Division I.
Just so many things that you have to, areas that you have to be ready to evolve in. You know, you're playing new teams every night. There's so much more travel, and there's a lot of planning for down the road at Division I. You have to see a little bit further down the line with your recruiting classes and how you're building your culture. So we really, our core covenants and the way we go about everything is remained the same. But I definitely think there's a patience component that's it's got to be pretty sharp.
Aside from the win, sophomore Milan Aqua also receives the NABC All-District Second Team Award for the 2019 WAC Newcomer of the Year. Men's basketball is not the only team that's doing good in their first year in Division I. The women's golf team has recently secured their second win of the season in the Pizza Hut Lady Thunderbird Invitational hosted by Southern Utah University in St. George, Utah. After the tournament in Utah, women's golf has also placed top 5 in the Red Rocks Invitational hosted by Northern Arizona University in Sedona, Arizona. Despite their busy schedule with school and golf, these ladies set aside time to bond with each other. One thing special about these ladies is their hunger for winning. Even their team bonding involves competition. What's interesting about their team bonding is that it doesn't even involve playing golf. Reporter San Martirez tells us more about CVU women's golf team bonding. Check it out.
Armed with kitchen knives, plates, and pans, the women's golf team take their competition and team bonding to the next level, the kitchen. The CBU women's golf team hosts their 3rd annual Lancer Cook-Off, where the ladies cook a 3-course meal and serve it to their fellow teammates and coaches. The menu includes a Capri salad and grilled salmon glazed with teriyaki sauce. Of course, a full course meal is not complete without a dessert.
This is an NBA sandwich, and the NBA stands for Nutella, bananas, and almonds.
For CBU head coach Mark Machado, this team bonding emphasizes teamwork and communication.
It's important to do other things outside of golf. For us, team bonding is very important to our culture and how we're cultivating that culture and the way that we are producing this family and keeping this family close-knit. It takes a lot of other effort and a lot of other communication and fun events. The goal of the cook-off is to grow closer, to have fun, and to bond outside of the golf course.
That's all for your sports update. You can follow CBU Lancers on Instagram to get more updates on your favorite teams. I'm Sydney Rocket, back to you guys.
Thanks, Sydney. It's amazing to see all these teams performing well in their first year as Division I.
Definitely. Up next, a professor at CBU has developed a social media platform for himself. Stay tuned. Welcome back. CBU is made up of different people coming from unique backgrounds. Professor here at CBU has chosen a unique path for himself. Check it out. Meet Aram Cho, an online professor here at CBU, who teaches classes from public relations, journalism, and communications. When Professor Cho isn't grading papers or prepping for a lecture, he's most likely out in the field. Cho is also a Sergeant Public Information Officer for the city of El Monte and has been serving as an officer for over 18 years and still finds it exciting. However, he says,
kind of hard when I have people that I grew up with, people in my own family that tell me how our profession is corrupt or our profession is stained. It's tough when you go out and do an honorable job every day, and yet people think you're in a corrupt profession. He also tells aspiring police officers, if you wanted to do this job to get praise and pats on the back, you were in the wrong profession.
Among other things, Aram Cho is also a social media influencer with over 40,000 followers on Instagram and over 100,000 likes on Facebook. However, when he created these pages, fame was something he was not looking for.
I was neck deep in a lot of life-altering projects and problems, I suppose, and I needed an outlet, and someone had introduced me to Instagram a few months prior, and I had a personal Instagram account, and I had made some funny posts and funny videos, and my friends really liked it. If someone suggested that I make a personality page because they thought other people would enjoy it. And I thought, I'm not doing anything else in my life. I needed a creative outlet. And Ferguson had just happened also. And it was a big issue amongst the community and the police.
Cho combines his experiences and personalities into his post, allowing 911 Strong to be an authentic page that shows a new perspective on police officers.
I decided, just being an insider, I knew all police weren't bad. Over my career, I've worked with thousands of noble, morally driven police officers. So I just wanted to get that out there. I wanted to say, if the news isn't going to post positive things about police, I was going to leave it up to myself to post positive things about police on social media. So that's what I did. I started 911 Strong.
With the success of his social media pages, Aaron Cho has received new opportunities.
Because I'm categorized as an influencer, it's opened the door for opportunities for me to receive sponsorships, opportunities for me to travel the country and speak at different events.
That's it for today. Until next time here on Lancers TV, I'm Reagan Melfi.
And I'm Stephanie Padilla. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.